5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve.
Are they gonna ever change this fucking damn jingle? You gotta be kidding me. I've heard it so many fucking times. Jesus Christ. What's wrong with these people? God damn it. Can you turn that up? Welcome. Happy Friday, everybody. I'm here with Live with Neve. It is a beautiful day. It is frigid cold but gorgeous. Manhattan is shining like the cities of Cibola as Pizarro marched on wherever he was marching. He thought he was going to Cibola, but it wasn't. I see Mandy, she has beamed back through the portal. She was missing in a time vortex for a moment. In today's definitely weird science news, it's not working for you. You hit the wrong one, Irish. I sent a second link. He must be watching out there. Okay, so we have some interesting news here today. Send another if you can. Mandy, can you send Irish a link to this page? If you'd be so kind. I see somebody in private chat. Let's see, is that him? You don't see me on Facebook? Oh, We're on X today. Facebook has blocked me until the 28th. For all the people wondering, hence I posted this on Facebook, and it will be on Facebook shortly. We are streaming, but we're not working on Facebook. So it will be on at the completion of this show. I can go ahead. I know, Rick, hold on. We're getting an input here at the moment. Rick, you're live here on Live with Neve. Yes, you're calling because we're not live on Facebook. Is that correct?
No, you're not.
All right. Well, you're going to have to go to X to see us on Live with Neve. Unfortunately, what's happened is I was blown out of doing a live broadcast for the next 28 days, which we'll talk about in a moment on the show. So we'll see you there, Rick, Live with Neve on X. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting us know. Oh, tally ho. All right, everybody. So there you have it. We are okay. The show will be on the air on all of our regular channels. I just cannot broadcast it live. It has to wait until it's the time has passed. So, Dominus, y'all be okay. The show will be appearing on YouTube and all the other locations it's available. That is Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. And my favorite is X because they don't have to worry about me saying anything that'll get me into any trouble. There's some interesting news. The new culture war is the drug Ozempic. Now, I know a lot of us people like myself, I could definitely shift a few pounds from my stomach down to my ass or something. Maybe I'd look like a bizarre variant of Kim Kardashian. I don't know. But I do need to lose some weight. And Ozempic, man, pop it down, get a little stabby jabby, and I don't like the idea of it. If I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to lose it the old-fashioned way. I'm not even going to go there. I was going to say something really terrible, people. I'm going to behave. Now, here is why there's still hope for me employment-wise. He mocked the rich for fun, and now he can get 30 grand a post. All I can say to my guests and hosts here is if I get to the point and somebody's dumb enough to pay me 30 grand a post, we're having dinner on me tonight. Yeah. I feel like Eddie Murphy, man. Okay, there's in bad news, a 7.0 California rattled Northern California. A massive tsunami alert was issued, and then it was quickly canceled when the tsunami did not happen. Of course, eager news hounds were sitting there with glee. Oh my God, we've got a tsunami. This will be great. The other article that I found interesting that could help me in my employment search sometimes is nowadays you can get paid $100 an hour, not to give a massage, but to scratch someone's back. That it's kind of an odd way, but I don't see anything wrong with that. I think that's quite a good way to make a living. And then sordid sex claims made against Kentucky judge was shot dead by the sheriff. Bang. Said his office was run like a brothel. Oh, my Lord, have mercy. I tell you what, I should lose my religion. I think I should run for sheriff down there. And talk about running brothels and shit. It's something I need to get my nose into. I believe there's money to be made in Kentucky. There is now with the judge gone. I know. It's terrible, isn't it? Really bad man. So the tsunami alert was canceled. California is still intact. And you can make $100. So here's another story that I think is important. We will be going to a break in just a minute. We've got 4 minutes left. I'm just trying to give you guys a quick overview of popular news stories. And these are news stories that, you only hear here. Los Angeles OB/GYN accused of offering to be the sugar daddy and pay a payment for sex. I'm shocked therapy. No, not shock therapy. That'd be my next act. I already got trouble for doing Tourette's, man. Just wait. Electroshock Neil is coming. Netflix is disgusting people with the religious epic. It's pissing everybody off, Palestinians and Christians. So it must be right on. And AI will soon be deciding which LA homeless vets get housing and which don't. It's also deciding which ones they can run down the street like those robotic dogs in Black Mirror and hose you in the street, treat you like the dog that you are. Yep, great news. And we have a healer jailed for killing women during a slapping therapy workshop. Good God almighty. It's time for the 4 horses of the apocalypse to come charging down the road. We have a mystery ecstasies probed after killing 79 people in the Congo. And here's a conspiracy theory, right? You click on that link, and you can check it out. If you clicked on that link, it will take you to a MSNBC place, which Microsoft Network and all that stuff. So for all of you crazy people out there with the conspiracy theories, you've heard the best of them here. Texas vows to get rid of THC products threatening dispensaries. Well, bullshit. Dolphins in the Gulf of Mexico and bad news are testing positive for fentanyl. There's so many people peeing into this. I just don't even want to go there. The science is weird science. So in other news, people are hand-wringing everywhere. The day-by-day countdown that Donald Trump will be elected. All hell will break loose. I feel like it's right before Prince's song. It's 1999. And then we're going to have the 1999, all the computers were going to seize up, and we're going to fucking die, and our cats were going to die, and our people, and everybody was going to die. And then where would we be now after COVID? Jesus Christ. I don't know where we'd be. I know right now that our fans on Facebook are thoroughly clueless. I tried to put an ad in there that mentioned where to find us, but those guys are going to have to wait. So without too much more of this monkey style entertainment, I'm going to bring on my guests because they're far more entertaining than I can be at this early hour. I'm just getting warmed up. Hey, babe.
How's it going? What's going on? Happy Friday.
It's a great happy Friday. It really is.
Yes.
How about yourself? Are you glad it's Friday?
What a silly question. Of course.
No, that is.
Of course. The vibe is always different on Friday.
Right.
And,
you have to work on Saturday. It still feels like a Friday. I don't know. All the years I've played in a band, I just convinced my brain that this is great. It's Friday. I'm out. No matter how dog-ass tired I am. And it's that feeling sticks,
Yeah.
Even at work, I used to think, I got about another 2 hours. I'd find some way to look busy for the last hour while I'm working on the song list or doing whatever I might be doing at that point in time. Note to my previous bosses, thanks for that bonus. I'm sorry. Oh my God. So how's your young man doing? How's life with the young man child in the house?
He's doing great.
He's awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll tell everybody how old he is.
He's 10. I have
He's,
a 10-year-old young man.
Wow, he is older than I thought. He's big. What a great age to be.
Yeah, we have fun
really
times.
Think about it. Man, back in the day when we were 10, life was great.
Yeah.
Did your folks just let you go out and run them up mostly, or were they highly
Um,
protective? Or
Well, I was always kind of a responsible kid, but
Mhm.
like we used to go outside and play with our friends next door, you
That's
know.
cool.
But I didn't really like venture too far away until I was 12. Once I was like 12, then I could ride my
Hmm.
bike to like the pizza place that was a couple blocks
Right,
down, you know, as
right.
long as I was with another friend, like, you know.
Sure.
So, yeah, so
Yeah,
it's like,
that's the
you
way it
know,
was with us too. I mean, when we would like roam in small group of young guys, like we were 8 to 10, and we'd just roam around our industrial neighborhood. And we'd walk down this river that when I think about it now, I go, God, that explains a lot, you know. It's just like
uh,
it was like full of, factories and guck, but it was
yeah.
still nature to us. We'd hop from stone to stone down this little brook. And you just never wanted to go down there when it was like going to be, heavy weather, because there'd be like big industrial smuck, and yeah, it'd probably be
Yeah,
four
talk
feet
about
deep. But
tsunamis, right?
yeah, disgusting, But now the town where I grew up, it was all Irish and Italians and Jewish people. That was it. And I mean, and you could tell kind of the hillside structure. I'm just joking because like all my friends who lived up on the hill owned businesses, and most of us down in the valley were just like blue collar people. My mom was working her way up through college, and she's doing the American dream, Fairleigh Dickinson and all that. But at any rate, life was good, and it's good now, I think. Kids have it a little tougher, though, I think, because we had a lot more freedom, I think, that, young people today, it's really hard to get. They're all, unless parents like yourself, carve out spaces for kids to do other things, which is, a great thing. But anyway, they're not here to hear about parenting. They're here to talk about music and rock and roll. And, we're supposed to do a break in 3 minutes or 2 minutes now. Yeah, we're 2 minutes out. We're just going to kick through the break. Go ahead and bring on Craig and just start the show with a
Let's
bang.
do that. This is
Get some
great.
fireworks going here. All right.
Hey, it's
How the
Percy.
fuck you doing?
We are doing great, and that is one fucking hell of a way to say hello on
Craig.
X.
I'm
Welcome,
Craig
X.
I'm Craig Zig.
Oh, you're on Craig's
See.
list, are you? I thought they purged all those.
No,
That's
not
well,
Craigslist.
Yeah.
I hate Craig's
Anyway.
list, man. Full of all kinds of creepers. You put a guitar on there, and they call up and go, "I'm going to send you a check," and you deposit it, and then you get the money out and send us the rest back.
Oh, dude.
Sure.
Yeah.
No thanks. But anyway, so what's new in Seattle? What's happening?
Grayness. I'm looking at my
It's
window.
raining.
I had to turn some light on. I'm like, man, it's crazy dark in here. So I got to turn some light, so I only think we got lots of sunshine and warm weather. But yeah, it's gray. So,
Is it?
but
It's warm out there.
No, it's not warm. It's warm comparatively to about 3 or 4 days ago, where it got down to freezing, got down to 32 degrees. So yeah, I kept it nice and warm in my house. So, but yeah, today I think it's. Let me see, what is today? I think it's at least 50, 46.
Oh man,
According
we're
to
at about 32 here at the shore.
Yeah,
How about
Yeah.
you freezing? Look at that. Is your
Yeah,
lovely
it is
wife,
cold.
girlfriend,
Yeah. Yes.
significant other?
Oh, which by the way, we got to talk about your your promo. Your promo.
Oh, the promo.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
I just
seriously,
we need to
commented.
talk about
The
that.
longest running
Craig,
promo.
I remember
with his
last time
ex.
you were on, you told him. You told him
Oh, really?
last time you were on.
No.
Absolutely.
Thank
I
you.
remember this. Neil, you gotta get on your grind, Neil.
I'm gonna
Don't hurt your
smack
friend's
you
heart.
so hard.
Don't worry,
I
Craig.
know,
I got this one.
and I
got this
deserve
one.
every
Neil.
smack.
I
She'll
know,
do it
I
for
know,
you.
I
Don't
get it.
worry.
I get it.
I'm making a note to myself.
Yeah,
That is
nothing
is
but love,
terrible.
bro. Nothing but love.
Just put
No,
an
no.
emoji on it or something.
Yeah,
Seriously,
yeah,
Neil.
exactly.
I don't know. No,
anything.
what if we
Anything's
black
better.
your
Help the
face out
guy
like
out.
an old nasty movie or something?
but-
No.
Yeah, he has a nice life, a nice relationship.
New
Help
intro.
the dude out.
Put
I got to get
frowny-
rid of that intro.
Frowny face.
It
A
needs
frowny
to be-
face on mine.
Craig, I've been in
So,
situations like that too, where it's like stuff
like-
comes up and you're cringe. You're like,
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
wasn't
Okay.
me.
Well, all I can say is hopefully you haven't had any run-ins with the ex lately,
No,
and that's always good.
We have not, which is great.
That's great.
My life
And,
is so much better. And moving on.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
and moving onward
On
and
to real
outward.
news.
On to real news.
Okay.
So,
Back to your original question. What's going on? Well, we as musicians have to continue to reinvent ourselves. That is most important. And I somehow have figured out how to do that. So
That's
this
what's
is
up.
Craig 5.2, so starting to play again after the last 4 years, and which is interesting. I was thinking about this morning. I'm a rock guy, and most of my career has been in rock. I had a Journey and Six tribute band and rock stuff. But obviously the rock players don't want me anymore. That's a joke. So now all the work I've been getting is R&B, pop, and rap, which is very interesting from a guitar standpoint. I make it work. As you know, there's in most cases not a lot of stuff to do for guitar and rap, but we make it work. As we know, it's all about the money.
Thank you. Exactly.
Sometimes, yes.
We can make this work, and absolutely.
You see all that back there? Well, let me see.
Yeah, I
Get my
know.
finger.
That's
That's
right.
money. That's
That's got to be paid for.
Your family
baby.
grew.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. There's no workman's comp in this job, I've noticed. So
No,
anyway.
there's not a lot of benefactors out there just waiting to help us with our guitar rig or our studio or our microphones. It's I don't know why.
So one more thing in your intro, I thought was very timely that you had all that massage stuff going on. I thought that was very interesting.
Massage stuff?
Thinking about the scratching, people getting paid to scratch the back. Did you say that, or was I just hallucinating?
Oh, you're probably hallucinating. No, this whole show is a hallucination. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Okay.
It's not as bad. It's not as bad as having to deal with like Hunter Thompson, but it's getting close.
Well, what there was you talking about massage stuff in the.
I don't know what I was. I did say something that you got a job. I mentioned something about the hand exercises. That's what it was.
Oh, okay. That was me. I was
drummer hand. There are exercises for drummers and guitar players.
I was just trying to
segue. If you do 1,000 a day, you have very strong fingers.
I was trying to segue. Work with me, dude. Work with me. Nothing against you, man.
We're putting our hands up to save us from the damned evil spirit of somebody.
I'm not trying to take your job, man. He's just trying to segue this thing here. No,
it was an unusual segue. The first one I've used that has massage in it in a long time.
Yeah. Well, I made it for you. See, write that one down. So anyway, new news is that I decided to go into private practice. So, which is nice. I've been working for 2 years, doing 6 clients a day. And it got to the point where, not that I'm exhausted, but, it's time to dial it down. So I found a wonderful chiropractor I've been working with. Our theories on massage and well-being are aligned. And I'm dialing it down to 3 clients a day and working with him. And so, and have a little more time for me and me. Of course, and my girlfriend, who is
and the other 3 of you.
Yeah. So that's, let me see. So isn't she lovely? Oops. Isn't she
yes.
lovely?
Isn't she lovely?
Okay. So it was her idea, actually. So we put it into motion, and things are working out. So I'm really happy. First of the year, we're going to take a little vacation to Hawaii for a month. I'm going to take off a month, and I'll start back in February, and work with some new people, and just kind of and play music, which is going to give me a whole lot more time to hopefully play some music. So more time for my life, So yeah, because I work 6 hours. Yeah, I work 6 clients a day, man, and like by 8 o'clock at night, I'm just going like I'm a vegetable. I get it. Yeah. So anyway,
it's so good to hear, man. I love to hear that.
Yeah. I love my work. I love healing, which is what it comes down to. People
Sure.
walk in cranky and hurting, and they walk out hopefully with a smile on their face and feel a little bit better. So,
Mhm.
you know, trying to help the world a little bit there. So,
Absolutely. When my neck is killing me and I have somebody grinding on it, it's just the best.
yeah.
When they can get
Well,
the knot out, or you know.
Well, what my name of my massage practice called? It's all about the neck. And what I've come to conclusion, and my also the chiropractor I work with, it's called Dr. Don. A little shout out to Dr. Don. He's amazing. He's been into chiropractic for probably the practice for at least 30 or 40 years. And he doesn't, he's not a cracker. He uses tools and everything. So we were talking one day and our theories aligned, and we were talking about energy in the body. And I said, the neck is very interesting. What we both agree on is that the neck is kind of ground zero for the rest of the body. So if you heal the neck, that follows energy wise down the rest of the body. So, like for instance, your neck and your lower back are connected energetically, right?
Oh,
so, so you work those two, like in a car accident, the two areas that are going to fuck you up is going to be your lower back and your neck. So
absolutely.
I specialize in neck work, long story short. So,
boy, and he's only 3,000 miles away. God, there'd be times I'd call and beg you to
fly me out.
I'll tell you what, I'd love one of these days. You will be surprised. I've got so many good friends who moved from Plant City. I can't imagine why.
Give me dinner.
Seattle. So how is Seattle? Is it all the gloom and doom we always hear? Is just life is normal for most people?
It's been very interesting. Like I say, being on Facebook is usually too much, because I have to, whore myself out. So I'm on a little bit too much, but it seems like, it's part of the job. It seems as though it's at the risk of not getting myself in trouble, everything's great.
You sound like you work for the Chamber of Commerce.
I do.
I'm Neil Van Erdy, and I'm here to talk about the great city of Seattle.
No, it's great. It's great. It depends on what you're doing. The rock thing is still happening. A lot of great rock bands, tribute bands. I don't do much. I don't do much of the original stuff, but I'm sure they're out there. But things are still happening. So. But like I say, which is weird that I'm doing the R&B stuff, because I can't say I kind of started with doing that stuff.
Sure.
But I dabbled in it, and then, like I said, I got into the rock stuff. But starting out playing drums, as we talked about, I'm very rhythmically oriented. So I call myself I'm a frustrated drummer that plays guitar. So with
I'm the reverse.
Multi-rhythm and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, well, do what you do. Multi-rhythmic types of stuff. And so, coming back to doing R&B and that kind of stuff, it can be challenging in some ways when you get into the real R&B, old stuff like Brian, what's not Brian? Luther Vandross. I was starting
that great stuff.
Oh, that shit, man! I'm going like, God, can I do this? Because I'm starting this rock thing. It's like I call the major seven. It's the chord of love. Anything major seven is cool. It's like,
oh yeah.
So
I love
major seven.
That Clyde Stubblefield, James Brown.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
The guy's just like so cool and in the pocket.
Yeah, I'm all about the pocket, dude. I don't care. I don't care. Everything can go. Just give me a pocket, Yeah,
so. It's great stuff. I mean, every time I hear it on the radio, I'm beating on the dashboard and stuff, because I grew up playing it and loving it. And my mom loved it, so it transmitted by osmosis.
Yeah, and sometimes the R&B stuff is easier depending on what you're doing. Compared to the rock stuff. And
sure.
You can breathe a little bit. You don't have to worry about being I'm the lead guitar player. You got to make sure that everything's don't screw up. Don't make any bad notes or anything. I don't have to worry about that so much anymore. I just sit back in
Yeah,
the
I
pocket and
bet. I
calm,
bet.
so
Yeah, you're not having to play that signature solo. I think even the audience is open to something really cool that you rip
Yeah,
off, like
yeah,
not ripped off,
yeah.
but like play.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
those audiences are just a little different. Every audience has a different. If you got a big band with 12 people in it, people have favorites. Like they love the horn sections, or they love the string section or whatever, and they get their favorite people they vibe on. I
Yeah,
like playing in big funk bands.
Yeah. Well, one of the bands I'm in, they're doing some chaga, and so they give me a lot of leeway to play. So one of the chaga songs, they allow me solos, so I can it's not like I'm not doing any, but they give me a lot of leeway to do that. So finding a hole
That's always good.
Yeah, I mean, just so I get to play some. I don't need to be playing, riffing all the time. I like to kind of be just there. I don't like to be in front of everything. But every once in a while, they're like, "I am here. I can play a little bit."
Oh yeah, you don't want to be that when you feel like you're just in the back and everybody's annoyed you're too loud or something. That's a horrible feeling.
What's so funny? A show I did last week. Matter of fact, every once in a while we get credibility. And even though we go through this life and I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. I just do what I do, right? But every once in a while, I had this guy come up to me and he goes, "Now Rogers," right? I'm going like, cool, yeah.
That's great.
Guy. Yeah. So, yeah,
that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
My guitar player in the former band, Jack. He kind of looks in a vague way like Sammy Hagar if he had a baby.
Oh, okay.
Richards. And one time we were going up to see the Replacements up at the stadium, big tennis stadium up in wherever. Anyway, up north of New York. And he doesn't like driving. So I said, sure, I'll go. And we went in there and these people kept staring at us. And they were all drunk like the rest of us. And finally this dude came over and he goes, "It's Sammy Hagar," and he thought I was Charlie Sheen of all people.
Charlie Sheen?
Hair. That's what I said. I look nothing like the guy. I've got a big nose.
Was he legally blind?
He must have been because he went back and told the girls that we were the real deal, and they were giving us thumbs up for an hour and sent drinks over. We were like, "Have a good one, man." They went on and told the story of how they met over pizza. Sammy and Charlie. I was insulted. I'm like, I'm not like that fucking little pervert, Jesus, Charlie
You're a whole
Sheen.
different pervert.
I mean, a whole different persona in every way.
Yeah.
And I'm real. I hope he's acting. What can I tell you?
Yeah.
I'm an authentic pervert.
God damn right.
So I collected a couple more guitars since the last time you saw me. So I decided at one point in time that I was going to just get all the iconic ones, ones I like. I mean, some of those, I'm there to play them. I'm not like, some people they collect these guitars just to kind of say I have them. What's really interesting is that I might get in trouble for this. I'm gonna say it anyway. The Paul Reed Smith guitars, I love them. I have 4 of them. One of them is from another country, and I posted it, and all these people came online and said, "Oh man, that's not a real Paul Reed Smith." It's from it's like, dude, I know, that's what I'm saying.
Fuck off.
And there's some cool people that say, "Hey,
comparison is the killer of all joy, man." Fuck off.
I know, and it's I did some aftermarket stuff on it, obviously make it.
Did I ask you that?
Yeah.
Too much.
So man. I get it. And some of these people are paying like $13,000-$14,000 for these guitars, and they're great.
Yeah,
they're great.
Oh yeah,
they can't afford it. But you kind of makes you wonder. My next question is: do you actually play that? Because I'd be.
I was going to say, do they play the damn thing?
No,
it's a little case on the wall.
Right.
Who knows?
Wankers.
Who knows? I mean, I get it.
My experience has been people who really collect them just to collect them. Most of them, and I know a guy who's a very wealthy guy. He has a collection down in Tampa, and I won't use his name because I would want somebody to rip him off. But everybody knows the my Cuban assassin friend, At any rate, my friends in Florida
Well, no
know exactly
wonder.
what I'm talking about. Anyhow,
They're like,
he has
"No, we
amazing guitar, and that is all a term of endearment. He's a lovely gentleman, but he doesn't play with the shit. We get him up and play. He reluctantly gets up and he'll play like "Hang On Sloopy" with us,
Right.
But he's the coolest guy in the world, and he'll tell you, I don't really deserve to have this guitar, but he's got the money to do that kind of thing. And I love the collector thing, but like you, I think guitars, if they're not played, they're like people who don't get talked to. They deteriorate and they have problems mentally. They just go to shit. They rust and they get dust under them and they go to seed.
The guitar player in my band, he always has like 4 or 5 guitars with him. And like he got
Do you get it?
Nice. I understand.
No, do you get why that happens?
Yes, and he changed
it. Well, your sax player should know that. Yeah,
and it's like, to me, I appreciate it. That's like part of what makes him awesome. Is like
that's right.
It's
beautiful segue.
Oh yeah, here we go. Look at this.
Oh, nice.
And on that, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Take a pause here on Live with Neve, 1/2 hour. We're here with our partner in crime. It's Craig. Craig is here. I'm Neil from Live with Neve. We have an exciting connection for our veterans, country music fans, and there is something for everyone. Gone Country Hats at GoneCountryHats.com. That's right, we've partnered with Gone Country Hats at GoneCountryHats.com. See you soon.
Like a melting flake of snow.
See, we even give hats to the Irish.
I won't be sad to see it go.
Hi, I'm Darren F. Flynn, a singer-songwriter from Ireland, and I'm on Live with Neve.
I would have said it couldn't happen here.
Hi everybody, this is Donna Frost and I'm live with Neve. See you soon.
All right.
Hey everybody, this is Steve from Reach for the Sky, along with Jay from Reach for the Sky. And you're listening live with Neve.
There's some changes headed, like the Gulf Stream rising, like some gale that's been blowing off this wild bird island shore. And I can't say where, and I don't know when, but some old door's been opened in the restless shade. Poor man sagging cigarettes, takes the subway. Rich man folding old regrets, steps on the rundown.
All right, and we're back with Craig Coleman and the lovely and talented Mandy She, and I am the one named Guy, like Prince, but not like him, in case you haven't noticed. Anyway,
I'm gonna ask you something. Well, not ask you, but give you cred. I love the interview with Leland Sklar. I had to view it in like 3 different segments, but man, he is so cool. He is so cool. You hear what I said? Leland Sklar.
I'm trying to hear who the interview was. I didn't catch the first part.
Leland Sklar.
Oh, the Leland thing. Thank you.
Yeah.
He's such a fun guy, and
it's
evolved.
like he seems like a kind of guy you could just like chill with. I mean, there's no preoccupation. I mean, no stuff.
There's no BS or pretension or any of that crap. He's that way in real life to everybody he meets, and I will tell you that
he seems real.
He's a very gracious man. He's got a wicked sense of humor.
I know, it's great.
I might have mentioned in the interview, he's never had a drink or smoked a joint.
Yeah.
He's clean as a whistle, and
yeah,
he's got a great wife. How can he be bad? He's got like 4 of these gorgeous basset hounds that are really nice, well-bred animals, and they're psycho. And I used to have them, so I have I'm an idiot who buys basset hounds, and so I joke with him about that. I said, well, they're great with kids, but they're dumb. They're just like dumb, and so they're hard to train.
The only thing I was thinking. This is gonna be so weird. The only thing I was thinking during that whole interview, because my girlfriend doesn't like facial hair, which we were talking about at the open about facial hair. I was sitting there thinking, I wonder how his wife feels about kissing him. Just like
it's funny because I know some women really hate a beard. I mean, I had one at one time, and
because you can't see his mouth. I love the lips. So the lips were cool.
When you put the big lip, the wax lips, they were great.
The red lips,
yeah. And there's still like 2 hours of interview with him because it just went on. We sat here and goofed around for about 2.5 hours, and it was just all fun and really simple, pure fun. We've had him back, and so I've got other footage of him, but he's just great. When I went out to California, I went out and saw the premiere of the Immediate Family movie, which has now been sold to the Magnolia Network, which we know who that is. That was what was their name? It was a guy and his wife, Magnolia Bakery, or no? What was it? They did housing. You'd go in and they'd do your house up. At any rate, they're now owned. They're like part of the whole Magnolia Network is part of like the Oprah empire or something, but. I don't know. It looks like her husband, Chad, or whatever his name is, he got snipped for a while. He had to behave. He must have been caught in what we'd call a compromising situation. And we wish the family the best. They can handle and maintain this in privacy without lurid dickheads like myself coming on and bringing up that sordid bit of information. Hope you're doing okay, man. Both of you. That was terrible, but it was played out in the media, so I don't mind giving it a little laugh about it. I say, people have laughed at me for less. What can I say?
Right.
So
segue. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, after your interview, segue, not YouTube segues, his segue to Rick Beto, the interview they had with him. And it was really interesting. They were talking about stuff. And I thought, he's so chill, man. I would. God, it'd be so cool just to. I mean, he like you said, he played with fucking everybody.
Yeah,
and a friend of mine told me that, and it kind of popped in my head. It says, and what also what Lee said is like, you can be the greatest guitar player in the world, but if you're an asshole, no one's going to hire you. And someone told me that. He said, you can just sit and chill with them, and it's like, nothing. That's so true. So I try to be nice.
Likability is really a key. That whole working with somebody who's angry all the time or something, I get too much mental energy when you're trying to have fun. And
we've always. I think we all have worked with some weirdos out there, so
Yeah, for sure. It goes with the job,
Yeah, I guess it does.
Occasionally, we get some interesting individuals who are slightly damaged, and I don't know. You try them out, and it's time to go to the ShopRite and get a better lemon.
I just assume everyone's slightly damaged, so it's like a matter of finding the right damaged balance.
You've got a key there.
I'm very non-judgmental, So
yes, a very nurturing soul.
Yeah, so it's like I always kind of think of it like, and I say this even like in relationships, I'm like as long as our defects balance each other and they're not like the same defects, that's usually when there's problems.
Sid and Nancy, that's a bad dynamic,
but
I think a good yin and yang is great in any relationship. I know. And
in bandmates too, that's something I look for. Is like how the pieces fit together. It's like I just try to appreciate everyone for who they are, and like sometimes the puzzle pieces like boop, boop. Yeah,
definitely. I miss my old keyboard player a lot, JR, because of that. He was very quiet, so you can imagine with me in the room and him in the room, I'd be like, "Aren't you excited about that?" He'd be like, "Not really," but. He just never got.
Yeah, really.
There were times he'd look at me and just go, "Oh God, I'm going out with Neil tonight. It's going to be a wild and crazy adventure."
Yeah, exactly.
But he was so much fun.
I come to the conclusion that's why I'm not famous, because I don't do a whole lot of drugs, and I don't drink. And,
there again, you're not
I'm
beating
kind
your
of
wife
boring.
up. Or,
Not enough drama.
yeah,
Not enough
Yeah,
drama.
I'm
That's
boring.
yeah, me too. I am
Boring
very
guy.
boring. I
That's okay.
totally. At our age, boring is safe because it could be like being a
Yeah.
dog in middle age, and they see a car one day and decide to bite the tire, and instead of letting go, it's over.
Yeah.
So by our age, you've grown up and you've lived long enough to see a couple of those things happen. And
Knock on wood. Yeah.
I just walk. I may talk on the show, but I'm out in the real world, I'm just watching what's going on around me.
Really?
Usually,
Yeah.
I'll comment to my friends later. Occasionally, sometimes I laugh at inappropriate things. So what else?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Just be you, man. Just be you. That's the only thing you can do.
That's it. Originality in any medium. There's nothing worse than people who put on they're not who they are, and you can't read them. And I don't want to have to read somebody. I just want to know what they're like. If they got to hide shit, it's kind of awkward, I would think. Like I've never told you guys, I'm telling the world for the first time, I've been in the witness protection program. Come shoot me. Imagine like that happening. People out in the world who are in a witness protection program. Now that's a strange gig, I've got to say.
I wonder, yeah. Who did you know?
Oh, I know all kinds of people, man, but none in that program, thankfully.
Yeah.
I know probably people who are aspiring to it.
Right.
What can I tell you? Yeah, the world's full of all kinds, man. I'll say this though: whenever I've worked in the band for an alleged mobbed up establishment, I've never met a mobster there. I knew a couple people who owned it who were alleged. What are they going to do? Tell me. I'm the guy in the band. They tell me to come and play from 9 to 2, 15 minutes fucking break, no 20 minutes. And if you play on time and you show up and you get people drinking, at the end of the night, they give you a big fucking nice bonus. I've never had a problem with one of those guys.
And you're still alive.
And I'm still alive. One alleged figure once asked me why I didn't borrow money from him. And I just will tell you that I allegedly told him, I said, we've been friends. And I know what happens when people borrow money and they're not friends anymore. And I'd rather keep us on a friendship basis. No business. No business here, man.
That's right.
And I feel good because, I know people like in New York in particular, shit. I've learned the hard way to just respect everybody. I had to sit and grovel once to big guys.
Owing people money is kind of a weird thing like that, depending on the person. I don't think I may have borrowed money from someone maybe once or twice. I paid them back right away, but
Oh yeah. Well, I was lucky. I had a couple of friends, so I knew they wouldn't come kill me if we didn't do a good job, and I had to pay them slowly.
Good, yeah.
But it's always a different level. See, I don't gamble or do any of that shit. I don't playing poker. I get my ass handed to me, and so it's something that takes my time away from fun things like learning to play a piano or guitar, or just I don't know, even sitting here having a conversation with musician friends a few times a week. I don't know. It's
how are you doing? How are you doing? Are you playing? I mean, tell me what's going on with you. Let me interview you for a little bit. Okay, so how are you doing? Neil. Yeah, let's interview Neil. So what's going on in your life, Neil?
My life?
Yeah, your life.
My life is pretty boring. I got to tell you, I'm out. I've got some work on the side. I'm going and taking I do some caregiving, and I help a lady go to her appointments.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Stuff. So I do that a few days a week when she's around, and occasionally, like I went out and did a sub gig with Mandy, and I have some other friends of mine who occasionally have their drummer have to do. It could be anything. It could be they're sick. They might have to go to DUI school. I had that once as a sub gig. It was great because it went on for like 2 months.
How do you like sub gigs? How do you like those? I like
doing that. I like them. Yeah, they're scary as well, man.
I mean,
they're pressure, and, but I kind of like
I'm
it.
with you. For me to sub with another band, I hate it. I don't even
it
bother with it.
It depends on what.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to ask you. You can be honest. Did I make it painful for you, Mandy, or did it?
No, you made it good.
Band
on
feel
the receiving
okay?
end, I'm fine. But I'm saying like when I like in the past, like like I've like done sub gigs, and it's like I'm just so weird. I never really fit in. You know what I mean? It's like I try to be nice and but I'm always just like weird enough that it's like if the energy's
and
not exactly right on.
She's great. She's really great.
It's your band, right? It's your band, right, Mandy?
Yeah.
It's your band.
Oh, I'm talking about like for me, like subbing in another band that feels.
In
our band, in my band everything's great. Like in Twisted Ginger, everything's copacetic. No, I'm just saying like when I go, I mean, like I think that I can say that they love me for my weirdness and vice versa.
Absolutely.
Like I said before,
and it's a good weirdness. And her guys are good guys.
And when Neil came, that was a fun gig. Everyone, there was no it was
fun to me.
stress.
That as he said, there's still those moments of terror for a minute when you just like you have to think. I mean, but what was lucky was I knew a lot of this stuff, and so because we talked about it just within a day or two, I went through that list and did all the beginnings and endings. Made sure and anything that was hard in any song, I listened to it 2 or 3 times. I went, oh, okay, because I've heard them all a million times. You play them pretty much like the record, and it was great. I mean, I felt really fun. We opened up with the Pat Benatar tune, and I love that song. I love the way Myron Grombacher plays drums. Heartbreaker. It's just a great tune to open up with because. Rather than just walking out and going,
face. Yeah, no,
it slaps you.
Exactly.
I used to go around with my guitar player about this. He had this theory. I would argue with him all the time. I go, no, we're not going to go out and read the fucking audience. I'm going to walk out and I'm going to kick them right in the fucking face, and we're going to let them know that we're here. And really, we're going to show them we are a good band. We are in control, and we're going to fucking smoke their ass as soon as we hit the stage. I'm not waiting for their reaction. They're going to give me a reaction. And it always works. It's the only way to fly. You can't walk in there like a damn fainting goat and fucking hit the stage.
No,
that
sets the tone. Tonight. That's like your first impression. Yeah.
I'm not here. You got to be there to entertain them. I'm not here to just have a casual discussion.
Absolutely.
And
there's so many levels of that of entertainment that people, and I get it. The times have changed for performance stuff. I still subscribe to, going up and dressing like not dressing like I just come off the street. Okay.
Yeah, no civilian attire.
Partly it's an attitude for me because I need all the help I can getting the right attitude. Think I'm that good that I should play. And then I was thinking while you were talking about that, sometimes I wonder if people think I'm high maintenance. And the reason why I say that is because we were talking about bands and putting stuff together. I've been a leader of a band, of a few bands. So when I do a sub, like you're saying, there are certain things I like to have or I need, in order for me to do my job, right? And one of which is a playlist or a set list, in time that for me to prepare. Okay. And then
maybe it'd be nice if they give you the key they do it in. That's always a quick.
Yeah, the keys are good. Yeah.
I love it when I see that. It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, typically, and I've had that happen. You go on YouTube and you learn the shit and they go, yeah, by the way, that's an E flat. Yeah, right. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So that's my thing. Going back to your thing about stubbing, because for me, there's a 3 or 4 tools that I need in order for me to do my job, and hopefully you will give those tools to me in a timely manner. Not not 2 days before. Or any changes like, oh yeah, by the way, we just subbed this thing, 2 days before. So, I didn't learn.
Argue about it a key when you get there. I like that when that happens.
Yeah.
The 2 guitar players or something get into a key battle. It's like,
yeah. It's like, no, I didn't learn that one. You didn't give me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but going back to the sub thing, I mean, I do my charts. I come prepared as I possibly can, And it's always weird just coming in and playing stuff because no one rehearses really more on this side of the world. I don't know what
Sadly,
they do on your
but I try to always rehearse, like if I can. I mean, I can.
Sometimes you don't have a
try to force it, but sometimes you don't have that luxury. And
so you don't.
Okay.
For some reason, it's not like that anymore. Things have changed so drastically. I'm old school. I
agree with you. That day is different. You being old school and me too, and Mandy too. Like we're gentlemen, and we have some respect for each other. We have we expect to have let us know what we got to go into. And
but I get it. I get it. The world's changed.
Sure.
Everyone is so fucking busy that they don't have the luxury of being spend 3 or 4 hours sitting down there and playing their instrument.
True.
Did I say that out loud? Maybe I did. So people,
I think when a band reaches a certain level, I know bands I've been in have been like this. Once you've been out playing, your song.
Oh yeah, well that's different.
And then you start getting bored with it because you're like, we're just getting out here crapping it out instead of coming out there with that edge when you're learning something, you love it and you just feel it in your soul and you're out there bridging the gap between God knows where and here.
Okay, I get that. Okay. Let me give you an example. I gotta think how I'm gonna say this. I was in a band, which won't be named. The band had some pretty complex music. Okay. We didn't really, after, we were together for quite a few years. Okay. And what ended up happening, yes, if you play a lot, then it's not like you got to go in and rehearse all the time because it's in there. But you need to go back in, occasionally and remember stuff that you haven't done in a while. And so I was involved with some people that didn't really want to do that. Even, like we'll play. It's not like we were playing every weekend or 3 or 4 times a week.
Right.
It was like real sporadic. So, doing the homework to get back up to speed and getting your performance, performance values up to professional level, so you're not screwing shit up. Making bad notes, all this kind of stuff is important.
Pulling these clams and stuff out of nowhere.
Right. Because in my mind, I want people to think I'm good at what I do. So if you get out there and it's not happening. So that was one of the things that really kind of got me kind of frustrated because, I know some people can, depending on your instrument, some people can get out there and do stuff, but some people need like the physicalness. Instrumentalists need the physicalness of doing this.
It's all muscle memory. I used to say that to my students.
Exactly.
I said that to my students all the time, is that instead of training your muscles to make mistakes and going back and retraining, you do them nice and slow and very deliberate. And like these,
and then speed it up.
Oh yeah. And it was like, no, there was something else that you said that kind of like maybe it'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. But yeah, it's all muscle memory there.
When singers, I get it. Singers, it's a different animal. Singers are not necessarily tactile. It's basically
you're dealing with that physics of the voice.
Yeah. So it's not this.
It's not exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what it. I'm sorry. I won't. I'll remember.
Right. No, go ahead.
Okay.
No, go ahead. No, I'm done.
Okay. When you were saying about the changing of the keys, and this is something I explained to someone, when I first moved to New Jersey, I learned their set list on saxophone in one key.
Wow.
And then they decided they were going to drop everything down a half.
Oh.
You see, right. And they did not understand my pain. I was like, no, because when you're used to training your fingers to be precise, your muscle memory is so on point that you almost have to put in time now to get that out of your head, to get the new stuff in your head.
Did a singer do that? Did the singer ask you?
Horrible.
Okay, that's the deal. I got another piggyback for you on that. Okay. Going back to the songwriting of the song, let's say any song, okay?
Yeah.
When the songwriter wrote the song, they wrote it in a harmonic background. So
Right.
What note it is and how it resonates with the rest of the world. It's a little too deep here, but how it resonates with the rest of the world. Okay, so that's why we love a certain song, because it's resonating at a certain frequency. We're going, oh,
sing it in the right fucking key.
And then you bring it down a half step, and then not to mention physically it's a deal for us as instruments. Physically,
absolutely,
it's different, but then on a harmonic level, it changes it too.
Totally,
especially if you do, if you key it in half a step, or whatever, and then that's why I wasn't a singer. Like singers always do that. Can we do it E flat?
As a singer, I don't do that. Like that's something that it was funny because I was about to audition for another band, like this was a little while ago, and they said to me that they do all their songs down a half step. And I go, well, then that's not for me, because I have it in my brain. Like when I pick out melodies, like I make sure, like I find the centers of my pitch using a keyboard. Once you have those centers of pitch, it's very hard for me to change it. That's one thing. Maybe there's people out there who are like way better at it than me. Good for them.
Right.
Like for me, it's like whatever key it is. That's what I'm gonna hear. Otherwise, it literally feels weird. I'll be like, this is it's not jiving.
Yeah. Well, the only other thing you can do is for guitar anyway. There's nothing you can do as a wind person, but as a guitar, we can tune down a half step. But that's still, if it's a whole show, tune down a half step. That's not a big deal.
Always lame.
But if you tune 440. And then someone says, "Oh yeah, we're doing this in E flat or whatever." And I'm like, "Okay."
It's a harmonic discordant. I don't know what you call it.
Tune down your drums, Neil. Can you tune down your drums a little bit for this song?
Oh, listen, I've gone in the studios where the drum set guy tells me, "Don't tune any of the drums." I'm like saying to myself, "Oh fuck." All I'm going to use is the snare drum I brought and this shitty ass kick drum and the hi-hat, and maybe I bring my cymbal bag and a couple of snares when I go play at a session. Have a couple, a thick one, and a metal one, a real loud motherfucker in case they want to rock. But I go in and the whole kit is so old, and the guy told me the engineer was just terrible. He's like, "Oh, this kit the heads are seasoned." I was like, these fuckers have been on here since you dragged it out of the Queen Elizabeth II ballroom.
God.
But I'm just smiling away. I put it in. When I did my fill, it was really just like on this shitty floor snare that I doubled it. But that's the kind of stuff we all, if you're a musician, I want to get paid, man. I don't care what they've got. If they're happy, I would love to bring. Look, first off, I don't want to bring my shit. If they're good and they trust me, they can come here and I'll record it with them there, or send me the tape, whatever. But it is a different world. It is a nice thing that you can literally get somebody's project, do it at home. You can actually have them watching you do it with another iPad in the room. It's fucking.
That's the thing that Lee was saying
about.
That's what Lee was saying about. Lee was talking about that kind of stuff.
You can hire him. I mean,
I love
to hire him for something.
The producer switch. I love that.
Definitely.
Switch. Yeah.
We also have the quick shut off the drummer. The drummer switch. My guy who worked with me for like 20 years, we joke all the time. He's like, "Shut up, Neil," in the QCOM. We were pals, so we were always fucking around with one another. And he was the best. Think about this. He's a musical producer, great ear, but he was self-trained. Came up in the rock and roll biz. If you think of the movie Dodgeball, the guy who was the coach, he comes out with a wrench and he fucking whips the wrench and hits the guy right in the knee. Yeah. And his theory was, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. And that was Ralph. If you ever knew him, he's just this roadie fucking road manager from hell. Do not fuck with the guy. He's right. He's seen you a million times. He doesn't care who you are, your dubious credentials. He's just like, knows what he's doing. Just follow or, get out of the way because he's a nut. But he was great. And we had, 20 something years of career and saw some funny shit, had some good times. He's still out there. And I asked him if he'd want to go out if I put a new band together. He's like, fuck that. I'm 72, he says. I couldn't believe it. I was like, come on, man. We'll get the bones up, man. We'll, go out and kick some butt, man. He's like, I don't want to work that hard. And I said, I know the feeling, but, I've still got it in my bones that I just enjoy playing too much. I would never say I'm going to quit because I'm a certain age. I mean, I have fun playing when I'm 98. Maybe I'll keel over on stage or something, Well, I'll be fine. We all got to go someday. I mean, what the hell? And as we get older, I don't want to be that old guy sitting around babbling to himself. I want to be babbling to other people, whatever, Yeah. Well, I'm amazed looking at how much it's fucking 5 o'clock and it feels like we've just been sitting here yakking for 15 minutes. Really
I was looking at the time. Wow, we've been doing an hour.
Well, you're worth it. It's great to see you, man.
Thank you for asking me again.
Yeah, nice.
Man, you're always like having an old friend because you are, and I hope. And remember, if you're ever this way, please.
Yeah,
I
will.
I'll let you know.
Yeah. Well,
man. Hey, New Jersey's great, man.
Well, especially not now. Shit. Have you looked outside lately?
Well, no, but I walked out.
Neil's like, no.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a
it's
big
snowing.
freak. I go outside in my underwear in this weather,
People are dying back there on the East Coast. I'm doing my gray 50, 42 degrees any day,
Yeah.
What's the
Frank's call
temperature
time.
there? What's
It's
the
about
temperature there?
34.
Okay. Well, it's a little nippy.
Yep. I got 31 here in Piscataway.
Oh, really? Yeah, that was
31.
yesterday. Yeah. Well, I mean, now that I'm a little bit more free, I've always wanted to go to NAMM. I've never gone to NAMM. So maybe one of these years we could meet at NAMM and bring Mandy.
Oh, I think that's a great
to meet her
idea.
in person. I'd love to meet Mandy in person. That'd be great.
Same here.
We could jam a little.
Oh
bit.
yeah, man. One of my favorite hunting grounds.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I've never been, man. I've always wanted to go. Had time with the money.
It's like you always want to go with some friends because it's just such a good time, but it's so freaking big to walk it. You got to be there the whole week if you want to see everything. It's enormous. It's insane. It's lovely. And you run into people you haven't seen since the last NAMM. And you hope they've forgotten
what
that
city?
night.
What city is it?
Down in Orange County. It's down in
Orange County. Okay.
Oh God, Orange County Convention Center.
Okay.
It'll
So
just
Orange
be on the
County.
tip of my tongue in a second.
Yeah.
It's always at the same venue. It'll clip in my tongue. I'm having old man brain at the moment, but
that's
I should
okay.
take more
That's
zinc,
okay.
I guess.
I'm just curious. I knew it was near LA, but I wasn't really sure. I'd be afraid that walking through there, I'd go like
Anaheim.
Anaheim. You know who that is?
You know what I did?
I'd be doing something there.
I yelled at Stevie Wonder as he walked by. I said,
really?
"Hey, Stevie!" I said, and he had these
Like
big
you
faces
know
of big
him.
long guys guarding him. And as he comes down, we had this artificial intelligence thing. And so as he went by, I said, "Hey, Stevie, I'm the guy I let you drive the bus on Route 80 outside Colorado in '78."
Yeah, right.
He stopped because I know the story. So my friend knows the story. He stopped and started laughing. His big guys were giving him the stink eye. I said, "Hey, Stevie, we got an artificial intelligence agent thing going on here. You want to check it out? I'll give some info, and your handlers can, turn it into Braille for you." And he laughed and took the info and went on his way. But it was funny as shit. That was my Stevie Wonder moment,
Yeah, I know.
It's like just so cool. He is.
Yeah.
Well, his guys, first thought I might be some kind of a harmful dude, but it's just he's funny. How does it work?
Yeah, I mean,
what they did is they took every scale, every major, minor mode, every fucking key.
No, but how do you hear you? You said, "Hey, Stevie," and he heard you.
He heard me. He's not deaf.
For some reason. Okay, I'm sorry. My brain.
He
okay,
hears
old man
quite
brain.
well.
He feels weird.
He
Yeah,
probably
I'm
hears
seeing
about
it.
as
Okay.
good as you and I do. And Mandy will
Okay.
get to our point eventually.
Maybe
She's not
worse.
quite there. She's young and
Yeah.
healthy.
Never mind, man.
Unlike the rest of us.
Just about the
You
last
know?
30 seconds of this conversation, I got fucked up. I'm sorry. Okay.
So
Yes.
I don't know. I'm also looking. You asked me what I'm doing. I'm looking at being Santa Claus this year. I think I've got just the personality. All right, kid, you smell bad. What do you want for Christmas, huh? All right, get out of here.
Oh,
I'm
man.
joking. I can't imagine being Santa Claus. It'd be an interesting. I feel like what do you call it? What do they call that? Performance art. That's it.
Yeah, right. So who
See how
who
long
else
you
did
can last at Macy's.
who else did you see at NAMM back in the day?
I saw Steve Vai.
Okay.
I saw
Cool.
Skunk Baxter play fucking
Oh, wow.
Bodhisattva and rip the
Yeah.
roof off the place.
I'm sure.
God, there were so many great demos. I saw Leland. I saw Waddy and all those guys. All the mellow LA Mafia guys were roaming around.
Right.
They actually had. I don't know if it was in the interview, but they had a picture of at one of the NAMMs. They had a big flyer made for Leland Sklar. It was like 10, 12 feet high, and then it showed him standing up with his beard. And he said that was the weirdest thing was walking into NAMM and he saw it, and then he realized they had Billy Gibbons on it instead of him.
Oh God, that's so funny.
He said the fucking sales guys just melted. They were just all scurrying like, oh my God,
no.
Billy Gibbons, and we do this shit. The fucking Leland Sklar. We don't even sell guitars, God damn it. That was a great story. I was just like, man, that's pretty cool. Any of us could relate to that. You spell my name right. It's got 2 fucking E's. But that's why, Neve works much better. It's not because it has some symbolism. It's just the perfect initials. And I hope kind of, Neve Audio, it's my name. So how could they ever sue me for using my name? Neil Ernest Van Erdy. It's just a whatever they call it, a synonym. So I don't know. Antonym, homonym.
Thank you for clarifying that, because I never knew what that was.
Rupert Neve is a guy who invented these wonderderfully succulent compressors.
I'm talking about your name. I'm talking about your name, not the mic.
Oh yeah, it's Neil Ernest Van Erdy. So
I didn't know
phonetically,
that.
it's easier to spell. And and write it out. And I'm so over I grew up learning you have to capital E, small e. Well, fuck that all. Just put it in small letters so people don't have to fucking think about it, and they'll forget it anyway eventually. I mean, hell, I've been drunk in tequila and woke up in Mexico. I couldn't remember my name for shit. I'm kidding. Allegedly, we'll call it. At any rate, everybody, have a great Friday. If you're going to drive, you're going to be drunk, don't do it. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Okay, have a good one.
Mickey Mouse song, and we're going to get out of here.
Let's
Here's some Carlton Wilkinson to leave us out of here. There's M-O-U-S-E, motherfuckers.
There's some changes headed like the